Hey guys, it's Ryan. Welcome back out to Three Arrows. It's been a little while since I made a video, and as you can see behind me, it's been a lot of work done. Last time I was on here, we were showing you video of us dropping those trusses on top of the poles, and we were getting ready for all the framing for the exterior of the building. It's a gorgeous morning. Come hang out with me. I want to show you some of this framing and how awesome this building has been so far. And as always, welcome to our crazy. All right, we're right inside, right at the corner of the garage on the front of the house. It's a perfect place to kind of show you what's going on with some of the framing. But first I want to talk about the roof. So the last video that I was talking to you guys, we were dropping the trusses on the post. Go back to my channel. You can go find that video and see all that awesome work that we did getting these trusses up. After the trusses were on, we had to drop all the purlins that run between all the trusses. For us, they were all mainly 2x6s. There were a few 2x8s in one of our larger bays, but they all dropped into joist hangers. So really we were just cutting them to what they needed to be, dropping them in, getting them secured on. So that was the main portion of the roof, trusses and purlins. Then we had to go back and do all of the overhang framing. So on the ends of the building, we've got a 12-inch overhang. So we had to put in blocks for all of that. And then on the outside, we had to face all of those purlins that stick out. So on the ends of the building, that's called the fly rafter. So again, that's another 2x6 that has to be cut in. That gives you your nice front on the end of the building that we will eventually put metal on, fascia metal, and that'll give you a nice clean finished look. So the porches, we had to get all the posts set. There were rafters that went in from the main post of the building out to the porch posts. Once all those rafters were in, we were running purlins again. So we put on joist hangers, we ran 2x6 purlins across, and the same that we did on the building. We had overhangs on the ends and the front of each porch, the front and the back. So there were blocking that went in. Angled down, those are fly rafters that finish it out and give you a nice look. On the front of the building, those are called fascia boards. So that gives you the nice finished look there. Once again, fascia metal goes on that, gives you nice look all the way around. So it took us a while to do all that framing. Here's the big problem we ran into, this gable. This gable kicked our butts. So it's not a normal gable that sits on top of the porch. It's kind of buried into the porch. There are a couple of purlins of the gable that are lower than the inside of the porch. It's very strange. It came out strange because it was kind of a last minute addition for our build. We had most of our plans done. At the last second before we purchased the kit, I said, hey, what would it cost me to throw the gable on? Hansen Pole Buildings told me $500. I said, let's go for it. Makes it look a lot more residential on the front of the house. Gives you a different look over the front door so that you can see that little bit of change in your sight line. Makes it look a little less like a big warehouse, a little less like a big metal building sitting out here. So it was worth it. The quickest, easiest, cheapest way for them to do it was to do a small little gable. I was fine with the size. It just ended up having some funky framing because it's kind of dropped into the porch. Shout out to the guys that put the roof on for us. So Live Oaks Home Improvement, locally right here, got in touch with them. It was a friend of a friend. They came and did a phenomenal job throwing the roof on. But not only did they get all the metal on the roof, they helped finish out some of that crazy framing that we had on the gable. And a couple other areas that we felt we had enough framing. They wanted to add a few more blocks here and there. No issues. They did a fantastic job. If you want to see what all that metal looks like on the roof, go check out my last video and you can see some aerial footage of them throwing that roof up there and how amazing it all looks and all that trim that they got on there. It is so nice to have this roof on. So roof framing done, porch framing done. We fought and we finally got all of that gable framing done. When they started putting the metal on the roof, Pawpaw and I started working on the walls. And as you can see behind me, it looks like it's missing a bunch, right? It's not. This is all you have to do. Remember what was one of the big pros of doing this post frame building? No load bearing walls. This exterior wall is not load bearing. This exterior post is. So I don't have to worry about framing this up 16 on center with a bunch of studs and everything else you would do in a normal stick build. All I have are 2x8 bookshelf girts and they work out fantastic. So according to my plans, everything is laid out as far as how far apart to put these. But really, you just block them up on either side of your post, and whatever your span is, you cut your 2x8, you lay it in there on top of your blocks. You do an 1.5 inch hold out on the outside of the building. That's going to create your outside wall. And then what's left over on the inside is my inside wall. So I put this one girt in, and now I have my outside wall set, I have my inside wall set. I block up, I do my next girt, I have my outside wall set, I have my inside wall set. My sheetrock goes right here. Sheetrock goes right on the inside of these bookshelf girts, and as you can see, the metal goes right on the outside of the bookshelf girts. Now there's some little bit of extra blocking here and there when we had to deal with some lumber that wasn't perfectly straight. You can't ever find a straight piece of wood, that's for sure. So we put in some studs, dead legs to try to hold some stuff straight. If it's not straight, when you go to add your metal, you're gonna miss. You put a hole in the metal, you got to put a screw in it, so then you end up having to block back. But for the most part, we've been hitting all of our girts and haven't had really any issues. So far, the metal going up has been fine. There wasn't a whole lot to it. Put a block, cut your 2x8, drop it in there, pop some nails, do another block. Drop a 2x8, pop some nails, keep rolling and rolling and rolling. It's even easy when you get to doors and windows. So as you can see, this door that's right here for me, it wasn't that bad. I have posts that are in the concrete for every single door, left and right side of the door. And they are pretty much set for the rough opening of that door. So there's no extra framing. There's no weight at all on top of the door. There's no weight at all on top of the window. Again, all the weight is sitting on every single post. So all I had to do was get my door with the casing and all into the rough opening, shim it out, screw it into the post, and we were all set. Same thing with the windows. If you can see here, this is the framing of a window. There's no weight there. All I had to do was create a box. There are 2x8s that run vertically on each side, and then you put 2x8s on the top and on the bottom, and that sets up your box for your windows. No load bearing, pop the window in there, shim it up, hit it with some roofing nails on the outside, silicone that thing, and you're good to go. Windows went in like that. We did not have a big issue getting those in. So at this point, we have already begun to put a lot of the metal on the building. But I just wanted to give you a little quick update of where we are. I wanted to show you how easy some of this framing is, give you a little bit of a look of where we're at. We'll do another video shortly of how this metal's going on. As always, I want you to like, follow, subscribe. Go back and check out the metal video with the aerial footage. Go back and check out the truss video where we were dropping those on with the tractor and our crazy homemade boom. We're always glad you're here. Like, follow, subscribe, and as always, welcome to our crazy.